first thing that I wrote down was poise. You know, got to keep your poise. And after that happened, you know, hit the guy right in the chest, and he ran me over and scored. It was tough. You know, it was tough to keep the poise, but that was what you had to do and stay level-headed. And that's the first thing he said to me was, you know, you just gotta, you know, we're gonna get it back, you know, and just kind of let it roll off your back. But you know, credit him for kind of keeping me sane. And then the guys, man, they just made plays. The guys were unbelievable, starting up front, including the tight ends and then the wide receivers. Every one of them, I can't say enough about. And those guys, you know, they were awesome today.
You talk about the wide receivers, talk about David Geddes, same thing, like you make a mistake, you come right back. The same thing happened with Geddes, little redemption for him. Talk about your confidence going back to him and then that last play there to tie it.
Yeah, he's a stud. He's a stud. You know, I knew he felt bad. I could tell he was real bummed out, and you know, in this game, I think we've learned just the kind of history of this season that's been so up and down. And you know, I know everybody, you know, went over to him and kind of said the cliche thing, but it's so true, is, hey, you're going to get another shot, you're going to get another shot. And he did, and he made the best of it. And you know, that's, you know, the theme for us kind of this week was just keep fighting. And you know, we've used the word believe thousands of times, and it's just nice to see that it kind of paid off today.
Talk about getting another shot. When he put Clausen in and benched you, did you think at some point this season you would get another shot? Or did you anticipate a moment like this coming back?
Yeah, nothing against Jimmy, but that's how this game works. I mean, I was, you know, a couple years ago, I was a third-string quarterback and played in week 1. You know what I mean? That's how the game goes. So I definitely, you know, told myself that was my mindset. You know, and knowing that I needed to take full advantage of that opportunity, you know, when and if it came back, and it did, and today was a good day.
Talk about the touchdown pass to Geddes. It seemed like it was pretty tight, and you dropped it right.
The last one?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and he did a great job. He converted his route, which was awesome, I thought. You know, he read the coverage, and you know, he's a big, tall guy. You know, I think they were going to take away, you know, what we had Smitty over there in the slot. I think they took him away, and safety shot across the field, and I knew I had Dave one-on-one, and he realized it too. And you know, I just gave him a chance, and he ran right by his guy and made the play. You know, that's just I think a young receiver, both of them, him and Brandon LaFell, really kind of grew up fast today, making big-time catches in you know, tough situations. You know, I had Brandon a couple times underneath and a couple third downs. I mean, I just can't say enough. Those guys, they were great.
What was different for you today versus the first 2 weeks of the season?
That's $1 million question. I don't know. I mean, I just, you know, a lot of self-scouting, I think, when I had my time off, and just tried to get back to the form that we were playing with last year. Not just me, but everybody, I think. And you know, attitude is such a huge part of it. And like I said, I think everybody's attitude was right on today. You know, because it would have been real easy to go in the tank after the interception, or for Dave after the drop touchdown. But guys, you know, just staying positive and knowing we're going to get another shot. You know, airing it out late in the game, which was awesome. And guys just kind of rose to the occasion, and you know, that helps me obviously tremendously. But just sticking with it and trusting your progression, trusting the reads, and you know, making the throws, and that's how it went down.
Matt, you said a lot of that self-scouting was you looking at last year's tape when you were playing well. How important was that, and where did that take place? Were you doing that here at the facility?
Yeah.
Were you doing it at home? Or?
I was doing it here most of the time. You know, we had the bye came at a good time, really, and we had a lot of time to look at ourselves then. But also, I mean, there's some time, you know, during the regular work week where, you know, obviously you focus most of your time on your next opponent, but you have to look at yourself. You know, there's so many things you can learn from. It's huge, you know, and when you sit there and you even having Jimmy and Tony in there, I mean, for young guys, they do a heck of a job giving input when they need to, and laying off when they should lay off, and then also just sitting with Rhett Shear, our QB coach, and just really working together, but really finding whatever it was that was making us go last year and applying it today.
Were you more relaxed today than you were in your first 2 starts?
Absolutely.
Why do you think that was?
I don't know. Maybe I felt the pressure early on. And you can't play like that. You got to play this game loose and aggressive, and that was kind of the mentality I took, and tried to keep that mentality all game. Like I said, with all the adversity that everybody overcame today, we had to have that mindset. I think that's the main part of it.
As the smiles in that locker room, what would you just say? Talk about how big this win is for you guys?
It's huge. It's huge. I mean, 0-5 is not fun, and you know, so to get a win, to get a taste of how it feels, and I can't. That locker room was like, you know, you saw those guys celebrating for the baseball last night. I mean, that's what it was like without all the bottles. You know what I mean? It was awesome. Guys loved it, and we just need to continue this. You know what I mean? So.
Was it more celebration or was it more a sigh of relief?
Both. Guys were rewarded today for their hard work, and they're celebrating that. But at the same time, to get the first one under your belt, you know, a little late maybe, but just to get it is, I mean, confidence-wise, it does a million things, and we're just riding on high, and we need to continue this feeling, you know, moving forward.
Can you talk about the first touchdown? When you threw it, you showed a lot of emotion. Did it feel right then and there and say, hey, today is going to be different?
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I tell myself all the time, you know, you want to be the same whether you throw a touchdown, you throw a pick, just to kind of keep that even keel of emotions. But I was excited, and you know, we knew this was going to be, you know, that kind of game. I mean, kind of back and forth, and so I was excited. And you know, you show emotion, you get other guys fired up, and you know, guys were definitely feeding off each other today. I think that's all that was.
Matt, can you talk a little bit about with David Carr? Did you have much contact with him prior to this game? He mentioned that he had lunch with a couple of guys.
Yeah, no. I had a couple messages relayed through Ryan Khalil. I know Ryan spent some time with him.
Mm-hmm.
Dave's awesome. We had a great relationship here when he was here. It was good to see him today. I thought he played well. But I didn't talk to him much. Talked to him after the game, just wished him well, his family and everything, so that was it.
And the pick, I know you kind of laughed about, but what were you thinking? Were you trying to throw it away, or what happened?
I don't know. No, I think I panicked a little bit. We had good protection. I panicked. They brought something off the weak edge, and I kind of saw it out of the corner of my eye and just wanted to get the ball out to Stu underneath, thinking he was. I mean, I thought he was going to feel himself open if he just got around that end. Boom, you know, hit him. He kept running at the end or whatever, whoever it was. But I mean, that's on me. That's, you know, I knew Stu was getting to the top of his route, and he's going to do what he's supposed to do. And I think that was just a panic play for me, which we can't have.
As quarterback, what was your reaction to finding out Steve Smith would be back there running punts back? Were you concerned any?
No, that's awesome. I love that. Guys loved it on the team. I mean, first punt, you know, I mean, everybody got off the bench, and then once we got a little more room and he'd have a chance for a return, guys were just, I mean, that's huge. That fires up everybody, so I loved it.
What were the development or, you know, the games that Geddes and LaFell had today? Take pressure off of Smith, give you other options.
Yeah.
What would that mean for the offense?
Well, that's huge. You know, I think, you know, people are aware now of those guys. Not that they weren't before, but they're just impact guys now. And to have, you know, they've kind of set the bar, and so we just need to keep going higher and higher every week. But it's going to mean, you know, guys can't double Steve as much as they want to. And they can, but you know, knowing that another young guy who's come along very nicely is going to be one-on-one somewhere else, and it just makes it hard. It's kind of pick your poison.
Matt, talk about your protection, your offensive line today.
Yeah, great job. I know we had some miscues early on. You know, I think I had my hand in some of the fault there with some things, but they did an unbelievable job. I know late in the game, you know, we'd moved the ball. You know, it's hard on those guys. They're tired, and you know, San Francisco's throwing everything at you, and they did an unbelievable job in protection. I mean, those guys, they rallied, you know what I mean? I know my man Khalil was getting an IV at halftime, you know what I mean? So it's just they fought all game, and I couldn't be happier for them.
Matt, you talked about the players being happy, but how good did it feel for the coaching staff and Coach Fox to get him a win?
Yeah, I think I hugged Coach Fox like 6 times already. So it's a big deal, man. It's a big deal, and you know, we've known we've had the talent to win, and we haven't put ourselves in situations to win. And like I said, the way this game went, just to win it the way we did, I mean, it's huge for everybody. And coaches love it, obviously, but at the same time, now we know what to expect, and we got to stay on the rise. So
Thanks.